What differentiates the Science Coalition is our singular focus on federal research funding across all areas of science, and our creative use of public affairs tools to communicate the value of America's investment in research. 2014 was a big year for the Science Coalition. Not only did we turn 20, but we worked aggressively all year to tell the story of why science matters. With a strategic roadmap developed by the board of directors, we were able to hit the ground running in January. Our second edition Sparking Economic Growth report proved highly valuable this year, particularly on the Hill. In early March, we brought company founders to DC to meet with members of Congress and staff. We joined with the bipartisan House Science and National Labs Caucus for a briefing to more than 100 congressional staff. We also had the founders sit down with members of the House New Democrat Coalition, including Congressman Bill Foster, Rush Holt, and Jim Moran. The findings in the Sparking Economic Growth report form the basis of our testimony to the Senate Appropriations Committee hearing in April on driving innovation through federal investment. They were also a key element in our letter to members of the House Science, Space, and Technology Committee in May on the FIRST Act, and took center stage in our press statements following the President's State of the Union address and budget request. TSC joined another important messaging drive this year, the campaign to close the innovation deficit. AAU and APLU kicked off the campaign in 2013, and we joined them this year to communicate the fact that America's investments in science and education are not keeping pace with our international competitors. In April, TSC took to the National Press Club for a marquee event featuring 10 young researchers from Science Coalition universities who were awarded the prestigious Presidential Early Career Award for scientists and engineers. The event was a roundtable discussion with members of the media that showcased the recipients' passion for their work, their concerns about the current funding environment, and their optimism that the U.S. will continue to be the world leader in science and technology. The event led to feature articles in Science in the Huffington Post and a segment on MSNBC's Morning Joe on brain drain featuring one of our roundtable participants. In July, we took our 5th annual SRO Media Roundtable, held in partnership with AAU, to a new level. A new format and an expert moderator, Mike Waring of the University of Michigan, led to a great discussion of #AllThingsResearch. 10 senior research officers from TSC institutions participated in the event at the National Press Club. We live tweeted the event and were pleased to see articles appear in Science and Enterprise, the Huffington Post, the Boston Globe, and numerous campus publications. Remember that strategic roadmap from the board? Well, on the delivering localized messages front, we added an important new resource to our website in 2014 called
Science Matters.
That's right, you heard the president. Science Matters. It's an online advocacy toolkit designed to support TSC institutions, scientific societies, and anyone else who cares about science and ensuring that it remains well-funded. The toolkit's got sample tweets, infographics, state-specific information, and great ideas for taking action. When it comes to identifying, cultivating, and thanking our supporters in Congress, TSC does it right, finding creative ways to make the award ceremony meaningful to the recipient and to deliver the message that science matters. We continued that tradition this year by presenting Champion of Science awards to members of Congress with a proven track record of support for basic research funding. Recognized this year were Senators Jerry Moran and Chris Coons, and Congressman Charlie Dent, Shaka Fattah, and John Culberson. We saw one of our best champions of science retire this year, Congressman Rush Holt. In recognition of his great support of our issues, we partnered with AAU, APLU, Princeton, and Rutgers to host an event in July in his honor. The gathering drew a number of members of Congress, and speakers included Norm Augustine, Ralph Cicerone, and Shirley Tillman. TSC's Headliner Breakfast series is a long-standing tradition, and in 2014, despite the condensed legislative calendar, we hosted 5 such events. Each one featured member universities to introduce our congressional guests, including Senator Richard Burr and Representatives Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Derek Kilmer, Kevin Yoder, and Steve Stivers. Another marquee event this year was the Golden Goose Awards ceremony, which recognizes odd-sounding research with significant societal impact. The Science Coalition is a founding organization of the award, and we provide strategic and public relations support to this effort throughout the year. In September, our 20th anniversary initiative, Science 2034, went live. The website enjoyed significant traffic right out of the gate, with wonderful support from our member universities, and some creative social media marketing of the site's many podcasts, videos, and visionary submissions. The PBS show White House Chronicle devoted an episode to Science 2034 too, with host Llewellyn King interviewing Dr. Leo Chalupa of George Washington University and Dr. Jennifer Reed from the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
America in 2034, leading the world, leading the world.
King was so enthusiastic about the initiative that he went on to pen an op-ed about Science 2034 that appeared in several newspapers around the country and is one of this year's most popular posts on TSC's Facebook page. With strong leadership from the board of directors, active participation on the part of the steering committee, and the addition of 8 new institutions to our membership rolls, the Science Coalition accomplished a great deal in 2014. We've achieved a momentum around our 20th anniversary that will carry us into the new year.